Tonight, we report on a company's plans to process 60% of Seattle's food waste in Quincy and the reasons for smoke in northern Grant County. What's going on in sports, Bob?
The Walleyes and Spuds split double headers, and Germany embarrasses Brazil in a World Cup semifinal match. Here's a peek at our Weather Center forecast.
It was another hot one out there this afternoon with temperatures well into the 90s. In a few minutes, I will let you know for how much longer the heat will continue.
I'm Alan Troop. Stay tuned for all of this and much more on I-Fiber News.
From the I-Fiber HD studio here in the heart of the Columbia Basin, this is I-Fiber News, your #1 source for local news, sports headlines, and our very own Weather Center forecast covering the entire Columbia Basin. This is I-Fiber News, and it starts now.
A Spokane-based company wants to build a large food scrap and yard waste processing facility on a Quincy farm. Company General Manager Larry Condon said Pacific Clean seeks to operate a facility on Ovanell Farms on Road P Northwest to process about 60% of Seattle's food garbage and yard waste. A public hearing to allow the new business is expected to go before the Grant County Commissioners. Pacific Clean was contracted to start hauling Seattle's waste to a site near several neighborhoods in Kittitas County. The company later withdrew its application because of significant opposition. The public presented concerns about odors, insects, and an increase in truck traffic. Negotiations for a proposed lease of Kittitas County land in the ryegrass area also met with substantial opposition. A brush fire broke out this morning in Quincy. Reporter Jeff Chu has the story.
A brush fire that broke out early this morning near Quincy is adding to the smoke from other central Washington wildland fires, including 3 in the National Forest near Wenatchee. Dry conditions contributed to the 800-acre fire west of Quincy, causing it to spread in a steep drainage area north of Road U7 Northwest. Grant County Fire District 3 Chief Don Fortier said firefighters were still fighting back flames late this afternoon, trying to bring it under control. Fortier said the fire flamed up all day after it was nearly contained Wednesday morning. I'm Jeff Chu for I-Fiber News.
Thank you, Jeff. State auditors have a problem with where roughly $3 million from the Washington State Potato Commission was invested. The Washington State Auditor's Office issued a finding for the Commission for the period between July 2011 and June 2013. The office conducts regular audits of government agencies for its compliance with state and federal laws. The state requires government agencies to invest by using one of 64 approved agencies. The Commission used an alternate investment firm to save money and time. The Auditor's Office stated the investments weren't at risk. The Potato Commission responded, stating it would change how it handles investments, but the changes would likely cost more money. Garth Dano wants to see a change in the Grant County Prosecutor's Office. Dano began practicing law 34 years ago. He has worked in civil law and as a defense attorney in state and federal courts throughout eastern Washington. Dano wants to resolve criminal cases faster in hopes to resolve the delays faced in civil cases in the county. An increase in the amount of criminal trials since Lee became prosecutor caused delays of 3 to 4 years in civil cases. Dano plans to work with law enforcement to reduce crime with a focus on thefts from farms and gang violence in the county. Now let's take a look at people currently being sought out by the Grant County Sheriff's Office.
This is Sheriff Tom Jones with the Grant County Sheriff's Office. Each of the people you see here have a warrant for their arrest. If you see any of these people, we ask you do not attempt to detain or apprehend them, but call us at 509-762-1160 or send us an email at crimetips@co.grant.wa.us. If the person is presenting a danger, call 911. With your help, we can bring these people to justice and make our community safer.
We will be right back after this.
Looking for one great place to buy a car? From work-ready fleet vehicles to fuel-efficient hybrids, Barry's 3 locations can provide them all. We're Central Washington's #1 Chrysler dealer. with the longest lasting dealership in Central Washington. We have a ton of great cars to choose from. You've been checking them out, right? Call, click, or stop on by. 754-2411 or barrysaves.com. We're Barry's, and we're one great place to buy a car.
I'm Gary Brock with Envoy Mortgage and Ephrata. It is important that you know that my purpose is for you to be so outrageously happy with the help I can give you that you will gladly introduce two people to me before we even close your loan. Not because you feel obligated, but because you know your friends will benefit. Please call me at 509-754-3099 or go to our website at nodramahomeloans.com. Envoy Mortgage is an equal housing lender. Loan officer license number 109256. Envoy Mortgage license number 6666.
Hi folks, good to be with you once again. I'm meteorologist Miguel Montoya from the One News Weather Center. Your weather forecast is being brought to you by your Bud Clary Toyota dealer. Toyota, let's go places. Let's check out the headlines making news along the Columbia Basin. That's 5 in a row, as in 5 days in a row with 90 degrees. Plenty more to come. You will see that in the extended forecast. Highs mainly in the 90s over the next 24 to 48 hours, but then we could be in the triple digits by this weekend and especially by early next week. And it's not just during the daylight hours. It remains very warm each night. You will see that in the extended forecast. In the meantime, temperatures or dew points only in the 30s and 40s. That means the fire danger will remain high as well. You were already in the 70s here in Ephrata this morning. Woke up to temperatures in the middle 70s, on their way to the middle 90s. Not record-breaking heat, but by early next week, we may be flirting with record high temperatures as highs climb into the triple digits. Same deal with Moses Lake, made it well into the upper 90s this afternoon. We had some mid to high level clouds around earlier today. Those have cleared the region, so clear skies overhead. Dew points only in the upper 30s, winds at about 12 miles per hour. Could gust to 25 tonight. So we had an upper level feature drift on through earlier today, brought us some clouds that will continue exiting off to our east. And we have a couple of upper level features over the eastern Pacific that may drift through the northwestern U.S. over the next couple of days. Could throw a few clouds our way, but the main storm track remains well off to our north. We actually have a big dome of high pressure anchored along the southwestern U.S. at the present time. That will actually build into the western third of the U.S. as we head into this weekend and especially by early next week. That is why we're thinking that we're going to see some triple-digit readings as far north as the Columbia Basin. Some low clouds early on Thursday along coastal communities, including places like Olympia and Seattle. Once they bust out of the clouds, temperatures climbing into the 80s, 90s from the Yakima Valley eastward into the inland northwest, a little closer along the Columbia Basin. Temperatures will be in the low to mid 90s once again. And check out this extended forecast. Talk about a hot forecast coming up. Temperatures in the upper 90s on Friday. Triple-digit readings from this weekend on out. Really dangerous temperatures. Well, folks, as your weather forecast was brought to you by your Bud Clary Toyota dealer. Toyota, let's go places. We'll be right back with sports.
Toyota wants to know, how do you celebrate summer?
We go fishing. We like to hike. We love camping, mountain biking, as often as possible.
No matter the activity, there's a Toyota perfect to take you there. From that favorite fishing spot, camping area, or just a great summer drive. Including RAV4, now offered with reduced APR financing or an amazing lease. For details, see any of your Inland Empire Toyota dealers today and enjoy your summer to the fullest. Toyota, let's go places.
One of the best things about summertime is the chance to create great memories with loved ones. That usually means road trips, swimming, picnics, and more. Free summer movies at the Lee is part of the tradition. And we at the Ephrata Collision Center are proud to support this great activity in our community. We hope your summer will be safe, fun, and memorable.
Welcome back. I'm Bob Kirkpatrick with today's sports. The Moses Lake Walleye split games with the Yakima Beetles on the diamond at Big Bend Community College Tuesday. Game 1 of the doubleheader saw Moses Lake fall behind 2-0 after Yakima's first at-bat. The Walleyes put a run on the board in the bottom of the fourth to close the gap to 2-1. The Beatles brought two across the dish in the top of the fifth to stretch their lead to 4-1. A two-out rally produced 4 runs in the home half of the frame, and Moses Lake took its first lead of the contest, 5-4. Yakima tied it 5-all in the top of the sixth. An RBI single by Cade Tunstall scored the go-ahead and eventual game winner in the bottom of the frame. The team tacked on 2 more runs on a 2-out single by Jared Hadigan in the inning to bring the final tally to 8-5 Walleyes. Jason Cole went the distance on the hill to pick up the win. The Walleyes jumped out to a 7-1 lead after 4 innings of play in the nightcap, but the team gave up 10 runs over the next 2 and dropped the game 11-8. The Walleyes are back on the diamond tonight for a single game with the Beatles in Yakima. The Central Washington Spuds split a home twin bill with the Hanford Flames at Larson Field last night. The first game of the doubleheader was all Spuds as the team went up 2-0 early. The Flames threatened in the top half of the third with runners in scoring position, but was unable to bring one home. 2 delayed steals with runners on third base ignited a 5-run home half of the fourth for the Spuds, and they pushed their lead to 7-0. The team added a run in the sixth to make it 8-0. A leadoff walk in the seventh came back to bite starter Jacob Price when the next batter he faced launched a shot over the left field fence for the Flames' only runs of the game. The Spuds came out flat in the nightcap and trailed 4-2 going into the bottom of the seventh, but the team had a chance to get back in it with 2 outs and the bags full. However, Jaime Vela flew out to left field to end the threat and the game. The Spuds and Flames are back at it tonight for twin bill action in Hanford. Brazilian soccer fans stood in disbelief as they witnessed their storied team suffer a humiliating defeat on its home turf Tuesday. Germany handed Brazil its heaviest World Cup loss ever with an astounding 7-1 rout in the semifinals that stunned the host nation. Miroslav Klose scored a record-setting 16th career World Cup goal on a 5-goal spurt in the first half as Brazil's defense was torn apart. Brazil's previous biggest World Cup loss was 3-0 to France in the 1998 final. The Germans will face either Argentina or the Netherlands in Sunday's final at the Maracana Stadium in Rio de Janeiro. Well, that's it for sports. We'll be right back after this.
It's not about insurance. It's about assurance. Assurance is a pledge, a guarantee. It's security and confidence. It's inspiring. Your peace of mind is our passion. Bring us your questions, bring us your concerns. We'll give you assurance. At the office of Dr. Brian Jacobson, we offer state-of-the-art dental care, including general and cosmetic dentistry, same-day crowns, and dentures. Do you or someone you love frequently wake up tired? Has there been snoring? Are you not happy with the CPAP machine? Well, call us today. There's a good chance we can help with that too. Whatever you need, you will enjoy your experience at the office of Dr. Brian Jacobson. Call us today for an appointment with the most comfortable dental visit of your life.
Our spotlight story tonight is about Grant County's biggest loser competition. Reporter Jeff Chu has the details.
Anyone who wants to lose weight might talk to Brandon Root of Moses Lake, Grant County's biggest loser. Root received a $500 check from iFiber Communications for losing the most weight in 30 days, a total of 34 pounds. That made him first among 25 biggest loser contestants from Moses Lake and Ephrata. Here's what he looked like at the contest June 5th weigh-in at Verizon Wireless in Ephrata. Verizon was one of the sponsors of the Biggest Loser contest, along with Ephrata's Anytime Fitness and iFiber Communications. How did Root lose 34 pounds? Simple: diet and exercise.
Big thing is the diet. You really got to focus on. I was eating pretty bad, for most of my life. So I, decided to switch it up and start eating, clean, chicken and fish and vegetables and, all the important stuff that I should have been doing my entire life. But it's a lot easier, to say than do it. And had these guys here to keep me in check. Had a lot of friends and family to do the same thing, so it was really nice. You know, they held me accountable.
He worked out for a half hour or more every day, recovering on Sundays. Using the treadmill for up to an hour was his main cardiopulmonary workout.
I'd start going in the mornings, and then at lunchtime, and then for a little bit I'd even go after work if I had the opportunity, and just, you know, it doesn't take a lot, you know, just, you know, put a little effort, even if it's just a half hour, you know. I mean, I didn't have a lot of time at lunch, but even a little bit, you know, is better than nothing.
Donnie Parker, manager of the Ephrata Verizon store, explained the Biggest Loser contest.
What it is really businesses working together to help encourage healthy lifestyles. Great businesses like iFiber, Pita Pit, Anytime Fitness, Going Postal, and several other businesses really put their best foot forward and said, hey, we want to help support this.
Todd Hanneberg, owner of Anytime Fitness in Ephrata and Moses Lake, talked about the Biggest Loser contest.
We hope to do this more in the future. It's a great way to motivate people to lose weight.
Hanneberg said entry fees were donated to Ephrata School District.
We have raised money for underprivileged students in the Ephrata School District. We'll be making a donation in their name to buy school supplies like backpacks, pencils, pens, and other paper supplies.
Root said the hardest part of weight loss is getting there.
It's actually, you know, it's easy. You still got to put the work in, but, you know, just get up off the couch or the chair and or leave the office and go to there, you know, go to the gym, you know, go outside, do anything. Just once you're there, though, it's a lot easier. It's all downhill from there.
He said his daughters are an inspiration for him to stay healthy. I'm Jeff Chu for iFiber One News.
We'll be back after a short break.
The biggest decision most people make in their lifetime is the decision to buy or sell real estate. United Country has hundreds of real estate offices all over North America, and the United Country team is highly trained to provide a professional service to you and assist you with all your real estate needs. Whether it's the brush country of South Texas or the mountains of Montana, United Country is looking forward to helping you find your freedom.
Hi, I'm Donnie with Verizon Wireless Cellular Plus in Ephrata. Did you know that we offer home phone and home internet solutions? You don't need to pay for a home phone that you rarely use anymore. We have low-cost alternatives that will save you money and allow you to keep your home phone number. Get unlimited talk time, keep your phone number, and keep some extra change in your pocket. Come see me and all the experts at Verizon Wireless Cellular Plus and find out about all our home phone and internet solutions. 1115 East Basin Street, across from Safeway in Ephrata.
A Boy Scout wants to give pedestrians a safer way to cross busy Moses Lake streets. Kyle Hers, a 13-year-old Eagle Scout candidate, wants to work with the city to provide pedestrian crossing flags at 5 different crosswalks. The flags cost about $45 apiece, and the holders are usually constructed from PVC pipe, he told the City Council Tuesday night. Pedestrians would carry the flags when they cross the street, making it easier for motorists to see them. The council members suggested Hers meet with the city staff to discuss the proposal and talk with business owners to see how they feel. The Grant County Health District is investigating 3 confirmed cases of whooping cough. The cases appeared recently in migrant farm workers in the Mattawa and Quincy areas. The 3 people have come in contact with 210 people, but no one has been hospitalized. The Grant County Health District is prescribing antibiotics and providing them to children, pregnant women, and people with respiratory illnesses. A typical case of the disease starts with a cough and a runny nose for about 1 to 2 weeks. The initial stage is followed by weeks to months of coughing fits ending with a whooping sound. State auditors did not find any problems during their audit of the Moses Lake School District. The Washington State Auditor's Office recently released its report for the period between September 2012 and August 2013. The state auditors conduct regular audits of government agencies looking at compliance with state and federal laws. In Northwest news, residents of about 24 homes near Entiat have been told they can return home but should remain ready to flee. The residents were told to evacuate yesterday because of a wind-driven fire in Chelan County that had spread from a house fire. The fire has produced an enormous mushroom cloud of smoke that can be seen for miles and covers part of Grant County. The spokesman for the fire managers, Mick Millers, says the level 3 leave immediately evacuation advisory for residents in Mills Canyon was lowered today to level 2, which means they should be ready to evacuate. About 200 residents in the area, 4 miles west of Entiat, remain under a level 2 or level 1, which means they should be alert for evacuation advisories. About 250 firefighters with helicopters and air tankers are trying to stop the fire that has burned about 8 square miles so far. A huge crowd of people lined up for marijuana as one of the first stores opened up at high noon yesterday. Cairo 7 reporter Graham Johnson says the first days of legal recreational marijuana drew in hundreds of customers for the historic day.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, it's high noon!
At Cannabis City in Seattle, history was made with Deborah Green.
2 ounces of OG.
The 65-year-old waited all night in line to be the first to buy marijuana legally. She walked out with 4 2-gram bags.
There's just something about that liberty and that freedom. It's just incredible.
25 stores are now licensed across Washington, but not all are open because the pot supply is so short. Prices are high. With tax, 2 grams at Cannabis City cost $40.
What do you think of the price?
Outrageous, but it's okay. It's legal. It'll get better.
Seattle City Attorney Pete Holmes, who campaigned for Initiative 502, was among the first to buy.
Out of the shadows into the light of public commerce.
Legal pot is a game changer in sometimes unexpected ways. Robbie Bryant has smoked weed for 3 decades.
When I was a kid, I told myself when they legalized it, I'd stop smoking, so I'm here to do my last buy and stop smoking pot. They've taken all the fun out of it.
That's going to do it for us here at I-501 News. We want to thank you for watching, and we'll see you again tomorrow.